Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Messi receives it in a wide position. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, that looks a decent ball. Ernest.
And here's Ibrahimovic.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He has a look up.
Oh, this looks sharp. When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool...
Ernest! Goal! Arsenal! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
So, a breakthrough already.
Oh, easy pickings there. Seedorf. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. He's on it, can he get away?
Lahm did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
And it's Cruyff. Knocks it into space.
Ibrahimovic.
He's found a way through. He's a sharp little ball here. Ah, such a clever touch. Forced to go back. Seedorf. Ibrahimovic is onto this. And the shot's on here. Arsenal very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Yeah. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Bullet. Aimed beyond the defence.
Messi. Good read, needed to be.
Lahm is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Vieira. And it's Lahm. Ernest looking understandably energised after his goal. 30 minutes gone. Floated through. Seedorf makes the interception.
Oh no, this does not look good. Rummenigge!
And that's a good finish.
They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Takes on his marker. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pedri. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Thuram carries the ball down the right. Here's Vieira. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And that has left him in a heap. Vieira with a definite foul there. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Ernest, and it's Vieira.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Ernest, Seedorf, Ernest purring through the chance! And that is a thrilling end to the first 45. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So it's one each. How are you seeing it, Jim?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1.
Arsenal get the second half going.
Arsenal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And here's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic!
Well, what a restart this has been. A top player striking early. The perfect fillip to push on from what was a stunning finish.
Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Arsenal with the lead. Played back.
Oh, that's neat.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
And here's Ibrahimovic.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pedri.
A player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory.
And they're back on the ball again.
Vieira. Baresi. Rijkaard.
The
And
attendance
it's
for this
Messi.
match was 62,005.
Nice control.
And it's made its way to him.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's Pedri. Tries to play it through. No, didn't quite have the weight on it.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Pedri cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And he's forced to go back. Pedri producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Hoeneß. Mbappe being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Just about up to 75 minutes. Pedri. Can he get on the end of this? Pedri
Unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
And here's Hullet.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Mbappe! Oh, that was vital.
Pedri. Cruyff. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Cannavaro making good progress on the right-hand side. And here's Hullet.
Marcelo.
Can he spark a counter here? Marcelo getting forward. Hoeneß. Oh, well played, well sorted out. This is a chance for Borussia Dortmund to break.
Just 5 minutes remaining now.
And it's Cruyff. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Borussia Dortmund really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Strong running down that left flank.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
And we're done.
What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
And we come to you now with a
Ernest
quick request
taking
for
in the
support
accolades,
for our
having been
World
named man of the
Charity
match, and deservedly so.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Arsenal definitely came out on top simply because they were allowed to march through the middle. Something they jumped onto nice and early and continuously exploited.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
Against Arsenal.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. We're up and running then. Chance!
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costa Curta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite, from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them, and his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
Sweeper, defensive midfield player.
yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball, being almost as important as what he did at the back.
Marcelo.
Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Showing good feet. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Played back. Nice looking ball. Gets his head on it! Caught offside that time. Ferdinand is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Arsenal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Vieira. Oh, good read. Ambitious ball here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Pedri. Messi! Hoeneß. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Looks to the other side.
Marcelo.
And it's Vieira. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And it's Cruyff. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side.
Oh, nice touch.
That'll be a throw-in.
Messi.
And the shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Rijkaard.
Borussia Dortmund really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Vieira. Seedorf. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's in a great position here. Oh, it's Seedorf. Rummenigge. That's Vieira. And it's Pedri. Tries to pass it through. Oh, what a mistake! And that'll be a goal kick. Engages and forces him off the ball. Vieira. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Oh, super ball. Shot could be on. Has to go back here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Ibrahimovic. Can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a... Oh, and another try!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Seedorf. Rummenigge. Borussia Dortmund are looking to break at pace. Pedri.
There will be 1 minute at a
Excellent
time.
challenge there, uncompromising. Can he get on the end of this? Cruyff, driving forward. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. And we are up to the break.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
Oh, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. The second half is up and running.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Vieira. And it's Messi. And it's Pedri. And this is Hullet. Marcelo is looking to influence the game from out wide. Seedorf. Seedorf. Hoeneß. Here's Vieira. Seedorf. Ah, that's a fine interception. Pedri. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Mbappe currently being consciously targeted. And a chance! And a neat finish! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
The attendance for
Threads
this
one
match
in,
was
and
62,000.
he was quick to react. And he can thump it away.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 11, Johan Cruyff.
It's Marcelo.
Number 10, Messi. Number 18,
Thuram.
Pedri. Number 7, Hullet.
Your
Number
impression so far,
13,
Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Stojkovic. Number 6, Schneider. Number 22.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Takes a shot! And it's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So they have it all to do, and tries a shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Substitution.
Arsenal have opted to make another change here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Borussia Dortmund have their lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Schneider. It's Schneider! And no mistake. And this is getting better and better.
And that really is so impressive.
Borussia Dortmund now in a position far more desirable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Played through into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Strong running down that left flank. Stojkovic. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Can he get it through? That is lovely. It's a good-looking delivery. And he's being shifted off it. Clipped into space. Decent chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Picked out brilliantly. He's having a shot!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Well, this is surely their last chance. Rijkaard. Time added on 4 minutes. Vieira. Played back into the centre. And here's Bale. Eto'o. And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
Against Arsenal.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. We are just getting started. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
And it's played in here. Pinches it off him. He's had a shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So, a breakthrough already.
Cruyff, good purposeful running this. Big chance! And he hits the net! They are purring, truly purring! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Borussia Dortmund are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Borussia Dortmund clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Stood up well to him there.
Arsenal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Cruyff just eases him off the ball. Cruyff making good progress. Cruyff. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. That's very neat. Looking to play him in. Great ball if he can get there. Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! Seedorf. Vieira. For Lahm. Vieira. He has a look up. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
This is the time you need that pace.
And it's Pedri. Now it's Hullet. He's had it taken off him. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Hoeneß. That's a shade optimistic. Pedri tries to pass it through. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Lahm. Hoeneß. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cruyff. Pedri. Well, that pass isn't the best. Nicely weighted ball. Chance for a shot! Rummenigge. Pedri, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And here's Ibrahimovic. Tries a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Now that is commitment to the cause.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And it's been taken short. Lahm. Now the ball in. And it's Ibrahimovic. And that could well leave a mark. Shoots! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 2 then. Hoeneß with the short one. Marcelo. Now this could be a chance. And now they can spring out of defence. He's going to be disappointed with that.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Pedri running with the ball. Knocks it into space. Ferdinand cuts it out. And the referee has blown for half-time. So your views on the first half?
Arsenal really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players. Otherwise, this one's as good as done.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 13, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Coming on
So
the
right
field
back into the
is
action.
Number 9.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Threads one in. Steaming on. Mbappe! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So, third corner of the game. They've played it short. And this is Hazard. A chance, surely! Not a bad try by any means.
Hazard certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Succumbs to the pressure. Can he get it through? Might be danger here. And a chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Hoeneß plays it short. Look at the space here. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And again, he is at his elastic best.
Lahm really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
They're up to 5 corners now. Bale goes short. Takes a shot. That is special! Gareth Bale! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Arsenal cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Messi is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
Well, that'll certainly improve their mood. All the talking, both tactical and motivational, in that half-time dressing room.
Can he finish? That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
The corner count is rising. That's 6. Schneider plays it short. Oh, such a clever touch. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? It's a lucky 7th corner. And it's been taken short. That's tidy. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Lovely. Takes a shot! And it's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Ronaldinho. Number 4, Stojkovic.
Yeah.
Number 8, Vieri.
And they can counter here. Vieri. Vieri. And it's Stojkovic. Stojkovic going face-to-face with his great rival. Gullit defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Schneider. Gullit. Showing good feet. And this is... He's having a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Arsenal leading now.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Arsenal have hit a quick-fire double here and are ahead now by the odd goal in 5. Bale finds himself offside. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Vieira. Azar, who is rarely short on confidence. Schneider. Schneider scooting forward. Thinks about the shot.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho! And he's really put himself on the line here. They've played it short. Borussia Dortmund have their second corner now. Schneider with the short one.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. And he is going into that little black book. Nesta is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Bale might just make this. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. That's headed upfield. Vieri charging forward, the ball at his feet. Aims beyond the defence.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Oh, terrible pass. And it's Schneider. Schneider running with intent. It's Schneider! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
All hands on deck for this one. And it's been taken short. Vieira. Vieira venturing down the left. We are into stoppage time. And he's there to make the challenge. Vieira. Eto'o, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Eto'o gets it away. And that's it. Arsenal have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Schneider picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
What a game. What a show of character. It wasn't looking good at one stage. It was quite flat in the first 45 minutes. But that's how you turn things.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway. Lahm ventures forward. Well, 2014-15 certainly provided some terrific highlights for Lionel Messi's career showreel. Many claimed it was his best season ever. He did, of course, win the treble. And Jim, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Well, one of the pinnacles of his club career, Peter.
And what stood out for you?
His performance against Madrid's other team was just stunning, especially when you look...
Shapes to shoot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Pedri. And it's Messi. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Driving through the... Can he finish? Goal! Borussia Dortmund! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that little bit of skill has got him away. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Marcelo.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Vieira was in no mood for any of that. He's well... Chance! Goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Cruyff. That is good alertness. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. He has a look up. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Can he finish? Lahm. Vieira.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Hoeneß is wide and looking to get onto this.
Great chance! Fantastic from Clarence Seedorf! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And it's Ibrahimovic. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And here's Hullet, driving on and making good progress. Seedorf, and here's Ibrahimovic, in with the challenge. Now it's Hullet. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's half-time. Arsenal have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal.
So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Arsenal are leading by one in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. Away we go again. Hops for safety. Cannavaro. And it's Thuram. Vieira. And it's Pedri. And it's Hullet.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Pedri. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. Vieira. Cruyff, who does have an assist to his name. Rummenigge running with the ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Marcelo. Now that looks a decent ball. Mbappe looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him.
Hoeneß! This time surely! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Too close for comfort.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Number 10, Messi. Number 13, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 7,
Marcelo plays it short.
coming on the field.
Well
number
seen,
6,
saw that coming.
He read that really well and
number
stopped
80,
it.
Ronaldinho. Number 4, Stojkovic. Number 22,
Oh, that's nice.
Bale.
He's picked his
Number
way through.
9, Suarez. Substitution in progress.
Arsenal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And here's Hullet. That is lovely. And it's Azar. Yaya Toure, the conductor, the central piece to his team's attack. Stojkovic. And it's Ronaldinho. Schneider. And no, he's seen through all of that. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vieira. To Marcelo. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And here's Suarez.
Borussia Dortmund really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this.
It's Hazard! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Hazard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Hazard goes short. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He is through here. Half an hour gone in the second half. Nice control. And they've got a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Hazard. That has not gone well. Yaya Toure. Looking for the run. And a chance! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And again. And no mistake. A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Arsenal now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Marcelo got a long way forward to join the attack. That has ended up in no man's land. Quality ball. The final 5 minutes. Marcelo is looking to influence the game from out wide. Eto'o proves just a little bit too strong. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Stojkovic. Rijkaard. Aimed beyond the defence. That's good play. Great ball, and he's in here. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Borussia Dortmund with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. Schneider with the short one. Lahm. Knocks it into space. This looks promising. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And that is as far as it goes. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
This has been a very composed response.